Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to turn this 8-foot 1x4 furring strip into a fancy garden trellis. Save a bunch of money. Let's go. To accomplish this, you're going to need a table saw. You will not need a hoe, a fishing net, or a sledgehammer. Okay, we're going to start by going to our table saw. Get our material. We want to raise the blade up so that it's through the material. That looks pretty good. All right, the second step is to set the distance on our saw. So we unlock that, we come over to our guide, and we're going to go back to just about a 1/2 inch. So it's a 1/2 inch of clearance between the blade and the guard. Lock our saw. Now that we have our 1x cut up, should end up with 6 pieces. So these 6 pieces are going to get bundled up and cut down. After you get your clamp on and your end square, you can pretty much make it whatever length you want to. But I am a fan of the 6-foot length. So we're going to go ahead and mark these right around 6 feet. And now that you've cut your material to length, 6 foot, 2 foot, we're going to go ahead and measure up about 1 foot. We're going to apply the glue to the bottom half to the clamp on. Let's go ahead and do that. Next thing we're going to do is smash everything together to the clamp on. After your glue's had sufficient time to dry, you go ahead and measure up 1 foot from the bottom where we put the glue and make a little mark. We're going to be running a small piece of material across that and gluing it down with the clamp. Let's go ahead and do that. We've made our mark at the 1 foot. Now we're going to go ahead and put a sufficient amount of glue on there to hold it. And apply our little piece, lining it up to our pencil mark to keep it square. Then we're just going to apply a clamp. While this is drying, we'll go ahead and lay out our top board. All right, we have our leftover 2-foot piece of material. We're going to go ahead and find the center of that. Once you're satisfied your glue is dry, you can come to the top, piece that you've marked, separate the center. Put the center on the center. Glue it into place with the clamp. The sizing you have at the top all depends on your preference. We're going to go ahead and measure down 6 inches. I'm going to do that in one spot, and then I'm going to use a square to make my straight line. Alright, now the center of this is going to go onto the center of here. Like that, with a little bit of glue. If you're worried about it not being square, you can always take your square, hold it on your material, and just give it a light pinch until you put the clamp on. Once your glue is dried, you can go ahead and remove your clamps. You're gonna need these unless you have more than 2. Because now, remember the 6-inch marks we made? Now we're going to be spreading these out and attaching them to the 6-inch marks. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, once the glue is dry, you can go ahead and take your clamps off. And then we're going to be spreading these to the outside edge here, making that flush, and leaving this with a small amount of overhang. You can see that. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got our first piece nice and secure. Like I said, if you only have 2 clamps like I do, you have to leave them on for a little while. So to make up for that, we're going to be using bricks. Once you go ahead and measure down 1 foot from the bottom. Make sure you put the center of the stick in the center of the post, otherwise your edges will be out of line. There. Now, as I talked about, we marked the 12, so we can go ahead and line that up. And here's where the bricks come in. Go on our lines. Secure. Repeat this process again. If you have more bricks than 2, then you can continue. For the last piece, down on the end here, I don't know if you guys can see that, piece down here, we don't want it so long. That's just awkward. So we're going to take our damaged goods that we had, and we're going to cut this down to a foot. Wire glue. Find the center. Put our board down. Now that we've given it time for the glue to dry, which is just a couple hours, we can go ahead and take all our clamps off. Take our bricks off. And take our big C-clamp off. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this little garden trellis. Like, comment, and subscribe. Later.